Okay, I'll start back here on the hook. I put a little bit back there. Then I've stripped off all the feathers on the one that I want to be my tail. I picked out a really hairy, fat marabou for the tail. And I want to place it right back here at the back, right on the hook. And the part that's always a pain to me is to get that to ride right on top of the hook. Be nice if they had some type of thing that you could hold it where you wanted it on the hook. So I went about 4 or 5 times on it. You constantly pull everything back. Okay. Now that quill, the leftover quill that's there, and I haven't tied to the lead yet. Okay. Now I just have that's the tail that I want sticking out of it. Now what I'm going to do is take some Flashabou, and what I do with it is I tie it right beside it. Again, like I said, hold it back here by the hook. You need a third arm. I go about twice around that. Then I fold it back again and go around it a couple times. Then I just hang it way back there. Come back again. So I made a loop on that second time. And I just cut the flash at the end. So you get your flash in there, try to pull it all the way back. That flash is way too long. I'll cut it right now. Oh, didn't bring my scissors out here. I'm pulling all my flash back. To keep it hanging way back there. Now, this is the part where it gets tricky. I'm going to go with a gray feather. I don't know if you can see the difference. This is that dun gray. And what I'm going to do is I strip the feather back so I got a good piece of quill to grab a hold of. Then I want to go right out here at the top. And this is the part that seems the dumbest about the whole thing. You're going to pull that all back, and you're going to take you a little bit of the feather. To me, it looks like the best part of the marabou. You're going to waste. So you take that. I'm going to come on up here on my jig head now. I better get up here and make a wrap or two on the lead. I want to start it way back here in the back. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the feather lays all the way to the back, and this front section here that I tied on there basically clipped it away. Now take my marabou, hold it up straight up like this. At the same time, I'm going to fold it all back. You try to get out as much of it as you can to stay to the back side, and you go around and you keep pulling it back. If you don't pull it back, you'll wrap on top of it. You just keep pulling it back and go around until you come up with nothing but quill. Slowly wrapping in front of the last one. Then you hold your quill, try to pull it all back again. And then you bring your, like I said, this is where you need the third hand. You want to go over the quill, pull everything back again, go over it, over it, over it, over it, over it. Okay, now you got your jig the way you want it. Here's your quill. And you want to get as close as possible to your thread without cutting your thread. Okay, now I'm going to take my last one. Again, I pulled all of this off so you can see it up here at the top. Then I'm going to go back. What are you laughing about? And get it this by the top of the feather, and then kind of pull everything down away from it. Don't pull it off. And you lay that up on the head again. And you want to put you about 4 rolls around it. Then you clip off the end of the feather. Now it doesn't look like I have a whole lot there, and I don't. And sometimes I take and do a little more, 3 or 4, like of the black, to get it as thick as I want it, Jason, or whoever. And again, you got to constantly be pulling this to the back of the jig because it wants to come forward. Okay, then I've just got quill here. And I try to come underneath that quill. And try to stay in front of all that black as much as possible. I want to get that quill out of there. There's that white piece of quill, the end of it. I cut it off as close as I possibly can. And I take all my marabou and pull it back along my hook. Start wrapping. And then I wrap on top of it to give it... And this isn't where I'm very good. And by wrapping it and pulling it back at the same time and slowly working your wraps back, you give it a little less of a poof and a little more aerodynamic. I just do like a little overhand knot. Another one. Like I said, you need a third hand. My guys are really good at this that I've seen. Can do this in like seconds, but okay, I put like 4 of those on there. Cut my thread. Take my hard as nail fingernail polish. Pull as much of that back as I can. And I just bring the excess up over the head. One extra shiny up on the head isn't going to hurt. Go to my leftover flash here, hit the back. Try to trim that about the length of the feathers. And there it is. Black. There's my olive in the center with my flash, my gray with just a little black collar on top of it. And I took it out of the vise. I usually don't take it out until the stuff's dry, but I wanted to show it to you. Good luck!